Yeah, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It's Saturday, the 29th of January 2022. This is my weekly analysis video where I go over all of the Forex pairs I'm trading on the daily time frame using my high probability and divergence trading methods from my books. So let's get into it. First up, big holiday here coming up in Vietnam. It's the Tet or Lunar New Year, which is New Year's Day is actually the 1st of February this year. So it's for Vietnam, I think Korea, obviously China, I guess Singapore, Malaysia to a certain extent. And I'm not sure, I think Japan may have something similar. But Happy New Year to all those people that celebrate Tet or Lunar New Year, as you call it. All right, let's first up, thanks for watching the video. I know they're not the most exciting videos on the planet, but we just try to get through what we're looking at on the charts and any trade management. So we'll go through them in a minute. If you do like the videos, please hit the like button or the subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Now, first up, what we normally do is have a look at the news ahead for the week. Now, last week, I was an absolute moron and I missed the US interest rate news, which was huge, probably one of the biggest news events every month or whatever it is, every second month. And I missed calling it last week. My apologies there. But anyway, I won't miss anything this week. So starting on Monday the 31st, not very quiet, but it picks up very quickly this week. Tuesday, we've got Australian interest rate news. Not expecting a rise, but that's a biggie, so be careful there. Canadian GDP, USD manufacturing job openings. So it starts quickly on Tuesday, big week. This is just Forex Factory, free economic calendar. I like this because you can filter it, set up filters to just show you high impact, medium impact events. I'm mainly interested in the red ones. They're the high impact events, and it's all in my local time. I live in Vietnam, so it's all saves you doing time conversions, etc. And as I said, it's free. So Aussie interest rates, that's a big one on Tuesday. New Zealand employment or unemployment numbers, depends which way you look at it, on Wednesday. OPEC meetings, there's some non-farm payroll stuff out of the US, sorry. And let's get back into it. Thursday, right, big day also, interest rate news out of the UK. So here's the MPC official bank rate votes, that's for the voting, etc. There's a bank rate here, expecting a rise of 0.25%. So that's the UK. Be careful around trading the pound. Now then, the Europe interest rates. We've got, not expecting anything there, but just be careful. That's their interest rate news, the main refinancing rate out of Europe. Moving down further, this is a busy week, so be careful. And it just stays busy the whole week by looks. We go into more high impact stuff, but the big one on Friday is the employment or unemployment numbers out of Canada, followed by the US employment numbers, non-farm payroll. So big week in news. Be careful, lots of interest rates, employment numbers, etc. So that's the news. All right, before we get on the news, let's have a look at a Word document. Just got to find it. You're going to be looking at the charts. You're going to see a lot of indicators, a lot of different colors, a lot of different trend lines, etc. If you've never seen any of my videos before, or you're not familiar with the setups, then this is what you read. It just explains what the different indicators are. Pause the video, read it, or take a screenshot. I generally go over it all in the video anyway, so you can have a read of that. Just tells you what the moving averages are, what the QMP filter is. That's the red and green dots on the chart. Red trend lines, green trend lines, blue trend lines, grey vertical lines, which are just warning lines for me. Sell trades are normally in red, buy trades are normally in blue. So you'll see them on the chart. Stop losses, red dotted line, big numbers, parity, round numbers, etc. Green dashed line. The MACD Platinum is the indicator at the bottom of the chart. It's a zero lag MACD. It's basically, I'm looking to sell when it's above the zero level and buy when it's below the zero level. That's just the 80% of the time. That's what I'm looking at. So that's the indicators. So let's have a look at the charts. Okay, let's have a look at our watch list here. This is TradingView. I use that for all my analysis, and I take my trades on MT4, MT5, depending on which platform I'm using at the time. But all my analysis is done on TradingView, just makes it nice and easy. If you're interested, I'm using Oanda on this watch list. This is the watch list on the right here. Here's all the pairs I'm trading down to gold. The three bottom ones there are just for more out of curiosity's sake. If it's highlighted in blue, generally means I've got a trade on, either light blue or dark blue. No highlight means no trade. If it's highlighted in orange, means I want to talk about it. And just for your information, there is no new trades for Monday. So no new trade setups for Monday. The good thing about TradingView compared to MT4, MT5, on a Friday close, TradingView presents any new signals for Monday. By that I mean the QMP filter dots, which are the red and green dots on the chart, are displayed on the close on Friday for Monday's open, whereas MT4, MT5 don't do that. If there is a new trade on MT4, MT5 for Monday, you won't see the dots until the candle opens on Monday morning. Not a big deal, but it just gives you, it's good with TradingView, just gives you a heads up what's coming on Monday, and I can prepare accordingly. So let's go through the list, alphabetical order. If you just want to skip through different pairs, just fast forward the video. I go down the list like that, so it's no dramas. All right, AusCAD, you'll see the name up here. Also, any notes on the chart, I write. So AusCAD daily, there's the date of the signal and what it is, and then my thoughts on the trade. Pause the video, read those notes. So here's the sell here, as I said, designated by red. You can read why I took it. There's divergence there, hidden bearish divergence, followed by regular bearish divergence. So there's a little whammy 1-2, which is good. Took the sell, trend is down. That's my sort of favorite setup. You get MACD platinum goes down through the zero level on these candles, bigger candles here, close half, bring the stop down. Stops the red dotted line. It's tight now, closed half, stops above there, can't lose. This thing's heading down. The vertical grey line there is just a warning signal. There's the last dot on the MACD platinum was a green dot below the zero level. So remember, I'm in buy mode when it's below the zero level and sell mode when it's above the zero level. Zero level being this dotted line here. So in the meantime, I'm drawing these trend lines in, and these are potential divergence. Nothing confirmed yet until I actually get a buy signal. As you can see, price is going down here, just in this little area here, and the MACD platinum is going up. So there's certainly divergence forming, hasn't been confirmed. In the meantime, we're in a sell trade still. If we did get a buy signal here, for example, I would take it. It'd be a high risk trade against the trend. But then I'd also drag this stop down a bit lower because just between sort of the 50 and the 100 moving averages, because I'm in a downtrend. I want to keep that as a trade on there as long as possible with a high risk trade going against it. So we're looking good on the AusCAD. Oz Japanese yen, also a sell signal again from the 7th of Jan. You can see the notes there. This is all very sideways. Look at the moving averages. But you can see the signals here. Look, even if you just took the QMP dots, you know, it gets a bit messy in here. You're sort of getting bounced around. But eventually it finds its groove and you can recover these losses. Look, move like that and move down like that, and move up, move down. Sometimes it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Other times it's hard work. So it's just the nature of the beast with trading. So we're in a sell here. Going down, but what we just look at the MACD. We got sort of stuck around when the MACD platinum went through the zero level. We're sort of stuck in this area on the MA. It's a good time to maybe tighten up the stop, and we get this big bearish candle down. If you hadn't closed half already, that's a good time to take half off the table, tighten up the stop. We're just heading down now. Last thing was a red dot on the MACD platinum below the zero, looking good. Aussie New Zealand. Been a tough pair to trade lately. We're in a buy here. I'm not super convinced with this setup. You can read my notes. I'm not sure I like this trade setup. There you go. The price didn't. Generally, I like to see price come back to the moving averages a bit closer before bouncing up. It's sort of struggling around this area. But it is a pair that has sort of gone through a few sideways you look at areas like over here. And it grinds down, grinds up, and sort of gets in no man's land and grinds up. So in the meantime, we're just below the entry at the moment. I have dragged my stop up. The original stop would have been down here somewhere. I've dragged it up because we're through the MACD platinum and the zero. You've got potential regular bearish divergence forming. You see prices going up, getting higher, higher, and the MACD Platinum is not following it. So if it wasn't divergence, this would be higher than that high there. And the initial trade was based on hidden bullish divergence, but it's probably run its course. Yeah, it's just not a great setup, but it was valid, so we took it. Aussie USD, we're at a sell here. It was the second attempt. It was the first one there. We either got stopped out or we closed out that sell for a loss. This second one's made up for that. Now, the interesting thing is here, it was based on regular bearish divergence there. Once we got the dot, it was a good setup, and the trend's going down, so I love taking those sells with the trend. And it didn't take long. It took a while to get through the MACD Platinum, to get through the zero level, but price didn't actually move that well. Then it's no use closing half just in here. But after you get this, you start to move down a bit, get these big bearish candles heading down to this 70-cent level. That's that green dashed line there. You can see where it bounced off that before. It's a big number. It's numbers like the 70, 75 cent, 80 cent, the Aussie USD sort of respects. We're at there now. If you haven't closed half already, close half, drag your stop down. I've dragged my stop right down here. We've got potential now hidden bullish divergence forming. So be ready for a reversal. This could be a sticking point around here. So just be careful around here. This is the 70-cent level. And if it pushes down lower, great. And if we keep on adjusting this trend lines and it's no longer valid, just remove the trend lines. All right, let's move on. So we're in a winner there, CAD Swiss. Yeah, the CAD Swiss, we took a sell here. It's been a bit messy, this pair to trade. It's had its moments. Took a sell, it's gone against me, never threatened the stop, which is up here. Came down, I thought, yeah, we're looking good. In the meantime, we're still above the zero level in the MACD Platinum. The initial trade was based on hidden bearish divergence here. You can see it marked by the red trend lines. Then it went down, then it's bounced straight back up again, and then now it's heading down again. It's just going nowhere real fast. So we're still in the sell. At least Friday, the candle's starting to head in the right direction. We're just above the entry level there. We'll just leave it as is at the moment. MACD Platinum still above the zero level, as I said. Euro Swiss, we're at a sell here. We come down. We poked this previous low here. I think I called it in the trade group. Close half, bring your stop in. If it wasn't there, it would have been on this candle. And it's getting all a bit tight. I've got a green dot on the MACD Platinum just below the zero level, hence the grey vertical line. So it's been a bit sideways for a month or so, 2 months there. That's just ugly. When it does move, it moves okay. You can see the little moves just on the dots. But this is a bit messy in here. So we've got this sort of support level here. It tried to break through it. It didn't. Now we're not sure where it's going. So we tightened up the sell. Can't lose on the trade, but I'm not convinced it's a good one. Euro Yen sell trade back here. Looking good. We've got the big move down probably on this candle here. We're down through the zero level in the MACD Platinum. Close half, bring your stop down. Now I've actually brought my stop inside the entry level. It's just meandering a bit. We're getting down to these sort of previous lows areas. Let's have a look here. So it's just sort of, and we've got a green dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level, hence the grey vertical line. So it's a warning signal that I'm getting ready to go to the long side. If I did get a buy signal here, this is one that I would keep the sell on, the partial sell on. I can't lose on that sell, and I've already taken some profit, so it's all good. Euro USD, after much meandering sideways, we eventually got a sell with the trend down. You can see it there, based on nice divergence, hidden bearish divergence, and I rabbit on about hidden divergence all the time. And it took a while to get going, bang, and we're through there. If you hadn't closed half, and we broke this previous low here, so that was good. I'll just draw the trend line across there if I can remember what I'm doing here. So here's your low across here, for example, and it's broken through it. So that was good, that candle. Yeah, you could probably close half in here somewhere and drag the stop down, which I did. So I can't lose on this trade overall. The Euro USD sell. Pound Swiss highlighted in orange. There's a reason for that. On Friday, we got this buy signal on Friday morning. I said close the sell. So I've just left this on the chart. I'll tidy it up. So on Friday morning, I said close this sell signal. It's just going nowhere. We've already taken, we're through here. We would have taken half off the table somewhere in here, in this area here. Dragged my stop down underneath the entry, so I can't lose. Got this buy signal on Friday. It's a valid signal. MACD Platinum's just below the zero level, so that's not one. That's one reason I didn't take it, and the other reason was prices in the moving averages and pretty close to the 240 LMA. Just not a great setup, and as I said on the Facebook group, it's not ideal. It's just not a good setup. So it may take off and go to the moon. Who cares? I'm not on it. And I've called the close on the sell, so that's finished with. So we've got no trades on there at the moment. I just want to see where price goes, and we can regroup for look for a new signal. So that's the pound Swiss out of the sell for a profit and decline to take that buy. Pound yen. Now we're in the sell here. Now, I probably forgot to mention, if you haven't been following me or you don't know, I've got a Facebook group, I've got Telegram channels, and I've also used Matt from Family Man Trading's Discord channel. I call all the trade signals on the day when they happen, and 98% of the time it's called within an hour once the daily candle opens, or within an hour and a half, something like that. I did mess up yesterday. I was out of town and I didn't call a trade. You'll see it soon, but until a few hours later, and price already moved in my favour. But generally I call them at the time, take a screenshot, which I put in the shared folder everyone's got access to. And sometimes I do trading view screenshots and videos, etc. also. But it's very transparent. There's nothing after the fact. It's all at the time. And everyone's more than welcome to join any of those groups. So the pound yen, getting back to it, we're going to sell here, sell. MACD Platinum through the zero level on this big bearish candle here. Prices at that moving averages, which are all a bit tight. Nice double top here. Close half, bring your stop down, can't lose. That's not a bad setup. It's a high risk trade, but because the price looks like it was an uptrend, but I like the double top. It's not exactly a double top, but it's close enough for my liking. It's a high. Remember, it's not an exact price, it is a zone, any resistance or support levels. So we're heading down, but we've started to have a bit of a turn now. Green dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level, hence the grey vertical line. Now it's a warning signal. If I did get a buy here, I'd be happy to take the buy and tighten this sell stop right up, probably inside the entry somewhere. Pound New Zealand, it's been giving me a bit of grief in one way, but not another way. So my last trade that's open is this buy here. I've just left this box on here to show you where it's at the moment. It's plus 1,452 pips, give or take. So that's one of those home run trades. That's a good trade. I've already closed half a long time ago, probably in here somewhere. When it popped up here, probably closed half and hit the MAs. That'd be the ideal time. And the MACD Platinum through the zero level. So it's just a half a position on. There's a stop for it there, locking in plenty. Hang on, what's the stop? So locking in, and I'll move this up. So we're locking in 675 pips there. But don't get too excited. This is a pair that does move big. In the meantime, I took a sell in here and it didn't work out. It got stopped out there. So there was my stop. The sell was in here and it got stopped out. And it was a high risk trade. It stopped out for a loss. There's the notes there. I'll tidy up the chart after. So it was stopped out for a loss. No big deal because it was a high risk trade. So you're trading against the trend, and we're on big regular bearish divergence, which is still forming, still current. This thing's going up, and look at the MACD's heading down, and price is going up. Big divergence there. We're getting a long way from the moving averages. So what I'll do is I'll keep on trailing this buy stop up, and eventually another sell will present, and I'll take that. I'll have another go at it. But this buy trade is offsetting a lot of the loss from any of these sell attempts. So that's not a bad thing. So we're all good on the buy, and the buy was based on hidden bullish divergence. No, it wasn't. It was based on regular bullish divergence, as you can see there. So yeah, it went nicely. So yeah, that's the pound New Zealand going okay, even though it took a loss there. Pound USD, another one that's going all right. Sell trade here is the double whammy of the divergences. Hidden followed by regular, bearish. I like the L12, it's good. And it worked out well. And we through in this area here, we're through the zero level on the MACD Platinum, closed half, dragged the stop down. And Thursday was good. Friday we sort of went nowhere fast. But we're still heading down, so all good on the pound USD. New Zealand CAD, another one that's going all right, except we took a sell here. You can read the notes for the sell there. Broke these previous lows here nicely. Where we threw that in here, we would have been closing half. We've got this low here, close half there, bring your stop down. In the meantime, I took a buy here, and that was based on divergence. Didn't work out. It was stopped out because we're still in. Yeah, we're still in buy mode there. All right, so see this buy signal here, we got stopped out. So we took a loss there. But again, leaving that sell on that's with the trend is offsetting most of that loss. That if I close that sell now, that buy loss would be covered and I'd be in profit, overall profit. So it's no big deal. But in the meantime, this buy signal is still valid. There's no red dot and this thing's going down. So what I should have done previously is drawn a trend line across here. Now, remember when I say it's still valid, it means at the moment it's still a buy signal. We're still in buy mode, surprisingly. So there's a trend line across here. And if for some reason there's no red dot on the QMP filter and it turns and heads up and breaks this trend line, I'll take a buy, take another buy and have another crack. Bring the stop down further. Actually, I'll bring the stop down a bit now just to show you. I'll bring the stop down in here. Just locking a little bit more profit there. And we'll look for buys if the upside. MACD Platinum's below the zero level. Grey vertical line here represents the last dot was a green dot, which puts me in buy mode. This grey vertical line here was just to remind me I had a loss there. So that's New Zealand CAD. USD Japanese yen, it's highlighted in orange because I got stopped out on the sell. Took a sell here on the 10th of January. Went down since we got through the MAs here in this little area here. You definitely, off that candle there, you would have closed half, MACD Platinum through the zero level, dragged the stop down. It's a high risk trade against the trend. Look at the trend is up. So you just want to try and get as much as you can. And we got this buy signal here on the 27th of Jan, which is with the trend. Took the buy, it's got up nicely. It really needs to break this high here, which is one of my sort of concerns. Got a blue line, so we'll put a line across here. It's got to break that to convince me it's going to keep on going. If it doesn't, if it gets there and stalls a bit and the MACD Platinum's through the zero level, then I'll be closing out half and bringing this stop up a bit tighter. So we had a winner on the sell and buy was still in play. So I'll leave the trades on the chart to show you where I've stopped out on most of the pairs. So that's the only reason it's still on the chart, just for the purposes of the video. USD Singapore dollar, this is one that I did get in a bit late, or I called it a bit late. As I said, I was out of town yesterday, and this is the new trade signal that I took. So it's one time that I was a shit. Anyway, it's highlighted in orange to show you that I was stopped out on this sell. This sell was taken up here on the 1st of December. It took a long time to get going. It went sideways, then dropped down nicely, started to drop down. MACD Platinum's well and truly through the zero level. I'm not going to close half, but what I would have been doing is tightening up the stop as it moved down a bit on these highs here. I'm not going to close half just for a few pips, but once we get these big candles down like this, or possibly even that one, you start looking at closing half. We're in the MAs, we're against the trend, close half, write it down, and I brought my stop right down into, so it went up, I hadn't changed my stop, and come down, gone up, and I brought my stop in here on the sell. So we locked in some good profit on the sell. In the meantime, this buy, we took a buy here, it failed. We got stopped out on this buy here. So here's a second attempt at it, and this one was based on hidden bullish divergence initially, didn't work out. Then we've got regular bullish divergence, so it's a 1-2 again, and that's a good signal. See, and generally with hidden divergence, and I do this in my private trading on this pair, I've done exactly this. Took the buy here, didn't work. Price went against me. I took a hedge sell there and took a second buy there. I'm confident that would work out, at least worst case scenario, break even. Probably close there. Yeah, and the MACD platinum's just about up through the zero level, so we're getting close. But looking good. The reason we stopped out on the sell here, and we're in a buy here. So it's all looking good. So that's going to be updated after we finish. Gold, XAU, USD. Last trade was this sell. Now, it's based on, you can read the notes there, high risk trade. It's been terrible to trade. It all seems to be around this 1800 number. You look at the line across there, that's the 1800 level. It seems to be like a magnet, I guess you could say, like it's oscillating around it. So we took the sell here, which was good. MACD platinum very tight, just above the zero level. Look, it's all a bit messy. We're through the 1800 level again. I've just tightened up the stop. You could close half if you want or reduce your risk, but I've brought that stop right in tight. If you close half and put your stop there, you're not going to lose on that sell trade. And it could keep on going down, and the next level is this sort of level here. It's been a little bit tricky to trade. I'm not sure what it's like on the lower time frames. I'm not a huge gold trader, but I see it get mentioned a lot. The scalpers like it, yeah. But the daily time frame, it's been hard going for a couple of months now. So that's gold, but we're looking good. US dollar, this is just for more out of curiosity. Here's a good example of when I'd hedge, or just not even take the hedge trade, just take the buy trade. We had regular bullish divergence. No, let's start again, Jim. Hidden bullish divergence. So here, the first one, take the buy. Here it is here. Went against me. We had a sell signal here. Now you could either hedge and take a sell there off the same position size. Then we got this new buy, which is a regular bullish divergence. Take the second buy. Well, you could just take that buy. Don't worry about the hedge and take that buy. Big position size. Your break even would be in here somewhere. And look at that. She shot up, broke this previous high, gone up nicely. MACD platinum through the zero level. That's when it works out perfectly. High risk stuff, but that's the US dollar. It's going up nicely. US 500, the US stock market, we've got to this previous low here, and it seems to have found some support. We've had a bit of a drop off, nothing huge, but it's big in the context of things, I guess. It's broke the previous lows, came down, didn't break this low. Now we've got a new buy signal now, so that's just gives you an indication where we're at. So it could push up. MACD platinum's a long way below the zero level. Remember, it's always got a bullish bias, that's a stock market. So US 500 companies. If a company underperforms, it gets thrown out and replaced by another company that is performing. So it's a loaded index. So yeah, that's a buy signal there. Bitcoin, let's have a look at Bitcoin. It's been grinding down. We broke through this around the 40,000 level. These green lines are just every 10,000 basically. 30,000 was sort of the next area of support. Didn't get there, got about halfway, sort of found support around the 35,000 level. Now we've got a buy signal early in the week, and it's just done nothing since then. Big regular bullish divergence. Looks like it wants to head up. It's just more for entertainment and out of curiosity, just see if the indicators work with Bitcoin, US 500 and the US dollar. Okay, that's it for the charts. I'll just bring up that sheet in case you're wondering what some of the colors meant, the lines meant. Just be careful this week coming up. It's a big week in news, as I just showed you earlier in the video. There's a lot happening, interest rates, employment numbers, etc. That's it. Like I said, if you like the videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you got any questions, want to discuss anything trading, join any of my groups, comment on the video. There should be links to everything in the description of the video. which is on my list of to-do things to fix up. But anyway, enjoy the weekend all, stay safe, and for those in Southeast Asia that are coming into the Lunar New Year, enjoy the break. I know my town, Da Nang here, is just about closing down, and everyone's in wind down, karaoke, drink beer mode, so it's all good. Thanks, guys. See ya.